What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel, where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and most importantly, how to get you access to high limit credit. If that's something you like to listen to, then we definitely welcome you to subscribe. Otherwise, you can support our channel if you just like, share, or comment right down below. It helps our content get out to a wider audience, and we greatly appreciate all the support. As a reminder, we will be having our Credit to Cash Flow webinar this Friday, July 3rd from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a link in the description for those who are interested in registering. We will be covering various different topics on how to monetize your credit data and credit accounts in order to generate income. So definitely, if you're interested in that, there's a link to register. Registration will be open until 6 p.m. Friday Eastern Standard Time. And if you aren't able to attend live, there will be a recording for all the attendees to view afterwards. So check that out if you're interested. So for today's video, I have a special review. Now, I know a lot of the subscribers love to find out about soft pull credit applications and credit cards where you're not actually taking a hard inquiry. Now, this particular review that I'm going to be doing does kind of fit in that category. However, it's not even pulling your credit. So basically, the line of credit that I'm going to be reviewing is from a new FinTech company, Grain. So Grain is kind of switching up the the game with, instead of looking at your credit to approve you for a line of credit, they're going to be looking more so at your bank activity and the income that's flowing into your bank account. And the reason why this is actually a really, really great idea is because a lot of times when going through credit applications, like your credit report is backwards looking. So even if, let's say, you were in a different financial situation several years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, and you might have a couple blemishes on your credit report that's still kind of holding you back from getting approved. You could be in a completely different situation today. You may have gotten a new job, or your business may have taken off, but none of that is really considered, when it comes to your credit report, like your current situation. So I know a lot of people who, even have pretty good incomes. I know people who make $150,000 a year, but they can't even go and go purchase a car, finance a car, because their credit is so bad. So this actually, I think, is a great idea. And there are a couple other companies, more so on like the corporate business side, that are looking more so into the amount of liquid assets that you have in order to qualify you for credit accounts. And it's, for the most part, the FinTech companies. And that's one thing that I really do like about some of these FinTech companies, is that they're kind of changing the old traditional models of relying on credit data to assess someone's credit worthiness, or their ability to repay, rather. And a lot of times, there could be people, I work with clients as well, who have great incomes, but may have a blemish or two on their credit that is not allowing them to get access to credit products. In addition to that, I think that's more of an assessment of what someone's ability to repay is, even more so rather than their credit score. Because even with a credit score, your condition could have changed, for better, for worse, but you're really not going to know that from someone's credit report necessarily until they may stop paying their bills, or they could have had a blemish several years ago, but then ever since then they've been paying on time, but their credit scores, or their credit profile and score, is being dragged down from that collection from 4 or 5 years ago, or whatever. So I think you're going to see a lot more of this, where FinTech companies are noticing or realizing that there's a gap in the marketplace when it comes to credit products, where the traditional banks and lenders are just backwards looking at your credit profile to really assess your ability to repay. But at the same time, there's individuals who have good incomes and have been on a good track, but it's not really reflected in their credit score, and so they're still getting somewhat penalized for past activities, even though it's not a reflection of who they are today. And so I think some of these fintech companies, where they're looking more so into your recent banking activities, which is going to really show the money, the inflow and the outflow of the activity in your account. And so I think that information is going to be a little bit more granular, and a little bit more precise in terms of kind of understanding your financial standing. So this fintech company, Grain, they offer a line of credit where basically all you do is download the app. I'm gonna post a link in the description. So I'm not sure if you could do it through their website just yet, but if you have an iPhone, you could download the app from the Apple Store, and then once you download it, you just create your account, you log in, and then it probably takes about a minute, and you can use one bank account. So one of the disadvantages of this is that if you have, for example, from your job, if you have multiple disbursements to different accounts, and those are kind of split up, I know that's what I would do, is have different payments, different amounts, let's say from my paycheck, right, go to different accounts for different reasons. So I might have some money that's going into an account that's only used for the reserves that I had, some going to a bank account that I used to pay my bills from, and things like that. So as of now, you can only use one account, and so you'd have to kind of be strategic in terms of you're probably going to want to use the account that has the most money, or the most money going into it. You can't combine multiple accounts in order for them to really get a full view. Maybe sometime down the line they'll upgrade their product in order to be able to see or incorporate multiple different bank accounts. But for now, it's only one bank account, and based off that, they will give you a line of credit offer. And so they're not pulling your credit, they're not doing anything like that, not even a soft pull. It's just completely income based. So I think this is a great opportunity for those who may have good income, but you might have credit issues that are preventing you from getting a credit card or a loan or anything like that. So I hope to see a lot more of this in the future with these fintech companies, because there are a lot of missed opportunities from some of these financial institutions, that they're overlooking qualified customers just because of it could be inaccurate credit data, or it could be just information that's not really reflective of the type of borrower that they are. And I know I can relate to this too, because when I was in college and early on in my 20s, I didn't have the most responsible financial behaviors, and that by no means is no reflection of who I am today. But if that type of information was still on my credit reports, it would hurt my chances of being able to get access to credit. So I think this is a really good product. And so if you do have a iPhone, I'm not sure if it's available on Android. I'm not 100% sure. I actually just found out about this from one of the subscribers on the channel. So I actually just checked it out the other night, and wanted to share this with you guys. So this is an income-based, no credit check line of credit. It's a 12% APR, and there's a 1% finance charge on the line of credit amount. So that's just one thing to keep in mind in terms of the fees. But other than that, it seems to be a pretty good product to consider. So definitely go check it out. If there's anyone who has any experience with the Grain line of credit, definitely let us know in the comment section right down below. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to share. As a reminder, we will be having the Credit to Cash Flow webinar this Friday, July 3rd from 7 to 8:30 p.m. There's a link in the description to check it out. And so that's basically all I wanted to share for this video. Until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.